What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we're going to be going over what could be one of the most important banners in the game, and for reasons you might not know. So yesterday's maintenance update gave us a sneak peek or a partial whatever, information at the stuff we're getting in tonight's update. And we'll get the full patch notes later tonight. But the purpose of this specific video is to talk about the units coming out. And I'm not talking about the banner specifically. I'm just talking about the 6 units coming out and why they are extremely important, and kind of go over them a little bit. So what is the whole point of this update, right? Why does any of this matter? These units, you probably never heard of them. Well, if you're global only, right, you probably don't even know. You've heard of Lost Vein Meliodas. I've heard of him. Everyone's talked about him. Goddess Elizabeth was the whatever unit. We need the Zeldrises. We need the other stuff. But who the heck are these people? Jenna, Zanari, whatever, Guardian Elaine. Like, why do they matter? And these people, new legend. What's going on here? So these people are all associated with the demons in some way or form, and I don't mean like lore wise, I just mean within the game. And you can take a look here that with this update we are getting Hell Demon. Hell is a newer difficulty that drops, sure, whatever, these let me zoom in. Oh, okay, let me zoom in a little bit. It drops these different things. There's 3 different categories. There's the perfume, fabric, and whatever component. What these end up doing is, you can take a look down here. You can take a piece of gear or outfit cosmetic and you can upgrade it using these materials, and you can actually take lower rarity gear, or sorry, lower rarity cosmetics, and get them all the way up to UR. So you are able to take this SR piece and just keep on raising it to SSR, then maxing it out, then getting it to UR, then maxing it out. So UR still has, you can still upgrade a UR piece, and each piece takes 30 of these materials to completely upgrade. At least the UR pieces. I don't know what the lower rarity stuff needs. So how do you get these? These originally drop from Hell Raid only, but they are going to drop from Extreme. And I saw this on Twitter before. Someone else was saying how, great job Global for bringing this out to Extreme as well. So this was recently added to JP on Extreme, and it's a good thing. It means that you don't have to do Hell in order to get the materials, because the only reason to do Hell prior to this was getting the cosmetic stuff. But now you can get them on Extreme, but it is harder. Right, the chances of you getting them on Extreme is lower, but you can still get them. So that's good. Now let's talk about the units. What do the units do, right? Now that you understand that cosmetic upgrades are a thing, let's talk about the top 3, the new legend units. These are the New Year's units that came out on New Year's, and they are scrolling. Okay, we have one here. We got the Meliodas. We have the Jericho. And we have the Elaine, who is somewhere around here. Not the Elaine, sorry, the Elizabeth. These were the 3 New Year's units. And one thing, if you go back and take a look, is all 3 of them have this on, and what the heck is this? Like, what is this? I honestly can't remember if Global has any cosmetic buffs out yet. We got them originally in Halloween, and then this was kind of the second time around we got them on JP. But these cosmetic buffs, what they do is they don't actually affect anything you do in game, within the game itself. It's not like you're going into PvP and starting off with extra whatever. What these does is, these ones specifically for the New Year's unit, if you have their costumes on, you don't need the units themselves. You need their costumes. So if I wanted to, I could take another Jericho and simply put that outfit onto a different Jericho. And I can show you, for example, here. Actually, I don't know which Jericho is which. They're both blue, and one of them is the New Year's and one of them is not. This is confusing me. It really doesn't matter though. Whatever. We'll go here. I'm pretty sure this is the New Year's one. And if you take a look at the outfit, you can see that the outfit has a special little border around it. And you need the full set, and you need it all equipped. Well, you don't technically need them hanging. You just need them all on the character as their design. Once you do that, this will appear to kind of confirm that yes, the buff is active. And what this means is, for the New Year's units, you can summon a specific demon. So right now, demons are randomized, right? You do the boss stages and they'll pick one randomly. If you have, for example, the blue, this Demon Meliodas on, you will summon a Crimson Demon. And I mix up the other two, but one summons gray, one summons red. But you throw on this Demon Meliodas, make sure he has his outfit on. He can be on anywhere on your team, doesn't matter. And as long as you're doing the boss stages, whenever the boss is summoned, it will be the correct demon that you wanted. And that is why these units are somewhat important. Now, in terms of how good the units are, they're average. They're average, right? These units are not like, oh, you gotta go get them 6/6 or anything like that. No, the reason you're summoning for these units is for their outfits. Now, this was done on JP, where what ended up happening is, in order to get this, the actual outfit, the main outfit, right? Because this is weapon and this is headpiece, whatever. So to get this one, you had to summon for the unit because this was their UR outfit. These two, to get this and to get this, you didn't need to summon for them. They were in the shop and you could purchase them, meaning that any of your other Meliodases, Demon Meliodases, could use that stuff. But until you had the middle one, it did not matter. Now, later down the line, after the banner had already left, they decided to add them into the coin shop. But like you can't guarantee they're going to do that again. That's the only thing. And if you did, that means you'd have to spend 90 gems buying their full outfit, because they're all UR, right? So 30 apiece. You need to spend 90 gems minimum, and you'd have to spend them on all 3 units. So you'd have to spend the 90 gems to get 3 times, right? To get Demon Meliodas, Elizabeth, and Jericho. So 270 gems to pick up their full outfit. Whereas instead of you just summon for the units and then you pick up the other 2, which are a little bit easier, but still somewhat costly. Now, you kind of went over these. Let's go talk about the other 3. This is like the trio girls, whatever. Fairy people. Yeah. Okay, Druid and Elaine. So, what do these 3 do, right? We went over the first 3. What do these 3 do? These 3 give you double costume drops. If you got 1 perfume, you got 2 perfume now if you have them on your team. And it works the same way. Their cosmetics work exactly the same way. You summon for them, you buy the other 2 pieces, and that's it. So that's what ends up happening. And we'll get the full stuff tonight, but unless they do something drastically and change it, that's what's going to happen. So of these 6 units, absolutely none of them are important as a unit. Like, sure, you can use them here and there, but you're not going to see them in PvP. None of that is going to happen. Where the game's slowly getting to the point where, like, I'd say in like the first like month of the game, you could use more units because the oppressive units weren't out yet. But you can already tell that Lost Vein came out and he like single unit is now dominating the meta. And you know, you still run pen team, and there's like a key set of like 10 to 12 units that are really strong right now. And if you dip below those, you can still use them, but chances are you're not going to be winning if you use them. So none of these units are anything particularly good. It's just they're really important to pick up for their cosmetics. And like I said, on JP, you were able to buy their outfit, these units outfits separately, and I can't remember if you could buy these three, but I'm pretty sure you could buy the New Year's ones. Like, I don't know if they repeated it for Valentine's, but for example, the Halloween ones, you could never do that. That was not an option at all. So if you didn't summon for the Halloween units, you would never get their outfit. So yeah, that's giving you an example. I wouldn't rely on the fact that you might be able to buy their outfits after, unless it specifically says you will on the patch notes tonight. So as of right now, going into it, assume you summon on these banners because of the bottom three. The top three are important, right? Getting the ability to choose your own demon is important, but it is a convenience. It's a luxury. It's not really relevant, right? Like over time, you'll just keep getting different raids and different materials, and it's not going to matter. But getting double raid materials or double cosmetic materials is an actual advantage, right? That's the most important thing. You're cutting your grinding, or like you're going twice as fast because you're getting twice as many materials. So that explains why it's important. And the last thing is summon unless it specifically says you don't have to, and you can buy all their stuff separately. But at that point, you'd have to pick up minimum 270 gems for these three on the bottom, and then another 270 gems for this stuff. And it sucks that they dropped this right after Lost Vein Meliodas, but this is one of the most game-changing sets of units. At least, not actually in-game, but for quality of life purposes and things like that, for grinding purposes. If they're all 6 on a banner, I would guess that there's 2 possibilities, right? Or 3. One is the best possibility is, for whatever reason, it's just these 6 SSRs on the banner, and they all have a 0.5% rate. That would be kind of, if they did that, Netmarble is a very generous company. If that's the case, go crazy and summon, right? Until you get like a copy of everyone. And I think it works the way where if you summon, for example, like the slime units or the AT units, you can trade coins of one to get the other one. I think. I'm not positive, I think. But that's one option, right? They're all 0.5% adding up to the 3%. The other option is they will be a total of 2% in total and 1% of random SSRs. So these 6 units will split up 2% of the rates. And that's still a good banner, even though there's extra SSRs. And the last one is that I don't think they're going to split them. I think they're all going to be on one banner. I think the only other option is they have an even lower rate somehow. Like, they're just all equally, like, no rate up whatsoever. They're just all on the banner with a couple other units, like the typical garbage set of units like Slater, Gila, Green Elizabeth, and Green Hellbrom, and so on. And they're all equally spread out. And that would be like worst case scenario. So that's something to keep in mind. That's going to be it for this video. I'll do a full patch update later tonight, and then I'll do my summons tomorrow. I believe I have around 500 gems, which I hope is enough. We'll see. Have a good one. Peace out.